Good evening, almost good morning from the Knoxville Civic Coliseum. We are seconds away from the national anthem. Good evening again. This is Dominic Webster with the play-by-play.
I'm Matthew Mikyuk. I'll be doing your color commentating for this night, not evening.
We are here live from the Knoxville Civic Coliseum as the Tennessee Ice Vols are taking on the Ole Miss Rebels. Ole Miss coming off of 2 wins against MTSU, 10-0 and 9-1. And Tennessee's coming off of 2 straight wins against the South Carolina Gamecocks last weekend. I went back and watched some film on Ole Miss. And Georgia's a good team. We don't have to deal with them yet, but they manhandled this Ole Miss team.
Yeah, like you said, Georgia is really fast and physical. Ole Miss tried to keep up, that they just weren't good enough at the time. But let's bring it back to Tennessee's series against the Gamecocks last week. They came out with speed and authority and matched South Carolina, which was huge, especially when Coach was preaching that to his players throughout the week. They're going to have to do the same thing here. It's never a gimme in this league, so we'll see if the Ice Vols are able to keep up with the Ole Miss Rebels here. I do want to say, though, we're down a couple of guys so far. Butchko and Euban Weeks, I don't think will be playing this evening. So, down a man, next man up. We'll see what happens.
Drew King to take the face-off here against Connor Huey of Ole Miss. And it's hockey time on Rocky Top. Paul Hart with the puck now at the hash marks on the far side for Tennessee. Sends it up for Ogle, who chips it up and out of the Tennessee end. Picked up there by Lindhorst. In the neutral zone now, Ogle with the puck. Gains the Ole Miss line. Cuts wide into the corner now behind their starting netminder, Cameron Parent. Official gets in the way as Huey comes away with it for Ole Miss and sends it out of the zone. Paul Hart on his horse being dogged there by Connor Baker. Paul Hart with the puck. Takes a hit from Baker and knocks over Huey. Still has possession of the puck too. Huey chips it down now where Baker picks it up. And Paul Hart on him lays a massive hit on Baker. Ogle lets it go through. As Gassett for Ole Miss plays it back around behind Shaw. Paul Hart again, sending it over for Ogle. Carter gets a piece of it for Tennessee and chips it all the way down. Eldridge now for Ole Miss. Out of the zone, centers it for Stroner. Skies it behind Shaw as Kokoska picks it up. Kokoska up for Engineering. Chips it for Bunch just out of his reach as Lalk picks it up and plays it behind Parent. Lalk chips it up out off the glass and up to Stroner. Back into the Ole Miss end now as Engineering plays it. Takes a hit, still has possession. Carter now for Tennessee, behind Parent. Wraps it back around. Bunch on it for Tennessee. Bunch, top of the circles. Turns around, fires a shot, blocked as Engineering picks it up behind Parent. Takes a hit, makes a play, but Ole Miss comes away with it. As Wernicke fires it into the neutral zone. Kokoska back in as Parent plays it behind his own net. Locke now sends it up to Peichel. And into the Tennessee end. Ian Tolk on it for Tennessee with a streaking Ole Miss player. Lundy takes it out of the zone as Shepard plays it into the neutral zone. Big hit laid there by Magazzini as Ole Miss comes into the Tennessee zone, fires a shot, saved there by Shaw. Puck still loose and gets covered up there. 17-18 left here in the first period, no score.
No score yet. Let's go to the keys to the game for tonight. I want to see a couple things. First, I want to see Tennessee take the puck in the Ole Miss defensive zone on their own. It seems like the dump and chase doesn't always work for them at times. So they want to maintain the puck, bring it into the zone themselves, and make sure to get a ton of shots on net. Other than that, make sure you keep the crowd in it. It's always a hard place to play here in Knoxville when the crowd is buzzing. We saw that against South Carolina. Seems like Magazzini started us off pretty good with a big hit in the corner, and now the crowd's right into it. Icing is waved off.
Ole Miss chips it out into the neutral zone as King's there to play it for Tennessee. Trying to send it over for Ogle, but held in the line, held in the zone by Ole Miss. Centers now as Lindhorst fires a shot wide of Shaw. Puck gets wrapped around as Carline leaves it there, and Ole Miss comes away with it. Whitwer on defense with Lindhorst for this Ole Miss line. Puck taken away. Shot fired and missed by Brait. Pass coming from Campo. Eldridge unable to play it, and as it goes down for an icing with 16-16 left here in the first.
I mean, it seems like the boys aren't really in sync right now. Obviously had a huge turnover there. Could have been a 1-0 goal easily for Ole Miss, just didn't connect with the shot. They're kind of playing in a box theme right now. The boys, I think, need to spread it out a little bit. Like I said, let's get that speed going, get the cross-ice passes, and just keep rushing in on that goaltender.
Face-off won there by Huey, and several shots fired on Shaw stops all of them. Wraparound shot, blocked. As Ian Tolk comes away with it. Fires it for Kieran Ogle, unable to play it, and it goes down for an icing. This is a tired Tennessee bunch out there right now. 3 icings in a row.
3 icings in a row, but also it just doesn't seem like they're on their horses right now. Maybe it's the fact that they lost their 2 guys in the last series against the Gamecocks, so maybe they're just out of a unison a little bit. But hopefully this line right here gets going. I mean, you got Ogle, Carline, and Bunch. They're a dynamic duo, or trio for sure. So let's see if they can put the pressure on.
Shot fired and covered up by Shaw. Right off the face-off from the point, Eldridge.
I mean, good routine save there by Shaw. He was the key player in last week's series against South Carolina, as I was stating before. He was getting mugged all day, left and right. He's been on his feet, though, so far. He's already faced a couple shots, so we'll see if he can keep it up throughout the game.
Eldridge over to Locke. Shot fired into the corner now. Paul Hart plays it around. Carter able to chip it out. Zegras with it, sends it over for Locke. Zegras loses it to Damewood, and he sends it up out of the zone. No icing. As Mulligan's there to pick it up in the corner and send it back into the Tennessee zone. No icing. Damewood on it behind Shaw. Chips it up out of the zone, but taken there by Stroner. Paul Hart playing with it behind Shaw. Puck unable to get out of the zone as Mulligan holds the line. Paul Hart again with the puck, fires it off the boards and out. Mulligan in the neutral zone now. Fires it in, cross corner dump in, wrapped behind Shaw. Down for an icing. 14:49 left here in the first period.
Well, I want to talk about Ole Miss's defense right now. They're playing real strong. Seems like every time Tennessee gets the puck in their own zone, they want to bring it out. They've got 2 guys at our own blue line and 3 guys at the red line. They are making a wall, making it hard for Tennessee to bring it in by themselves. They want them to play dump and chase all night.
Face-off won there by Ole Miss, but puck taken control of by Magazzini in the neutral zone. Gets around Gage Young, takes a shot to the face, and sits down one of their players as the net comes off. Magazzini almost had a goal there, but the net came off of its pegs. Great zone entry there by Magazzini, picking off the pass. Not much you can do there.
Yeah, also, if you look at the game so far, Tennessee, what are they usually known for? Their physical play with their stick and their feet. They get really good, solid contact with the puck in those types of divisions there. But South Carolina seems to be outplaying them in that department tonight. We'll see if they can pick it up. They really had a nice turnover there with Ogle, so hopefully they will continue this.
Covered up there by Parent with 14:25 left. Marino, Magazzini, and Lundy, the forward grouping. Face-off won by Magazzini to DiGenova. DiGenova fires a shot, blocked away into the corner now. Young with the puck, takes a big hit there from Magazzini. Still battling. Mitzfeld. Kokoska with the puck now on the near side half wall. Fires a shot, tipped in front. Magazzini with it. Lundy, as Parent covers it up with 13:59 left. That was a good little sequence by Tennessee. It didn't come out with the goal, but we got a nice shot, and it almost snuck through.
They were passing it around pretty good there. Obviously just took the shot, got through 2 defenders there, and a deflection almost went in. But I love seeing our guys right in front of the net, in front of the goaltender, making themselves present. So that is the key to winning this game, is just keep on, in a sense, putting bodies right out in front of the goaltender.
Face-off won by Tennessee. King sends it down to Carline, who tries to center it for Ogle. Ogle now with the puck at the top of the circle. Dances a little bit. Sends it up for Barrett. Shot fired just wide. Ole Miss now coming out of the zone. Body laid there by Ogle on Baker. Puck comes up out of the zone as Eldridge plays it for Ole Miss. Eldridge again. Near side half wall. Over for Milson. This will go down for an icing with 13:16 left here in the first period.
Player to watch tonight is going to be number 13, Kieran Ogle. He's all over the ice for Tennessee each and every game. His stick handling is phenomenal. Also, just his way to view the puck in the ice. He can read it very well and get the puck to his players when needed. And then after that, if it's not going their way, he'll also lay down the body if needed.
Chipped in behind Shaw now, as Nick Carline comes away with it for Tennessee. Chips it back around for Barrett. Barrett gives it up to Ogle, who sends it all the way across for a streaking Nick Carline, but Mulligan makes a nice defensive play as Young wraps it around for Stroner. King on Stroner. Big hit there along the near side half wall. Damewood with the puck now for Tennessee. Sends it up for Carter, who's unable to play. Carter leaves it there for King, who chips it back down into the Ole Miss end, as Mulligan is there to pick it up behind Parent. Pressured by Carter. Mulligan comes out of the zone now. Fires pass all the way across for Zegras. Zegras bodied by Bunch. Carter fires it in just wide of Parent into the opposite corner. Stroner takes a body from Engineering, and the puck is tied up in some player skates. Bunch with it now. Trying to fire it across for Carter, unable to do so as it's blocked in front. Carter with the puck up to Engineering. Engineering whiffs on the shot, and Zegras sends it to the opposite corner. Engineering sits Stroner down. Ole Miss fires a shot, whiffs, saved there by Shaw. as the puck goes back into the Ole Miss end. Paulo for Ole Miss. Sends it in behind Shaw. Paulhart there to play it. Paulhart chips it around Paulo. He comes away with it. Shot fired there. Saved by Shaw. Another save. Battle for it in the corner now, as Zimmerman comes away with it. Damewood unable to clear the zone. Shepard fires a shot. Saved there by Shaw. Beautiful 1-2 save. And covers up with 11:15 left here in the first period.
Tennessee's got to tighten up at defense, get some effort with their passing. There are too many turnovers in their own zone tonight, giving Ole Miss opportunities. Thank goodness that Shaw has been on point so far, making some great saves. Other than that, though, if I have to say one thing, the ice does not look good tonight. The puck has been bouncing everywhere. Seems like nobody can really get a handle on it, causing some unfortunate bounces for both teams.
Carlin with the puck now in the neutral zone. Gains the Ole Miss line, sends it over for King, and he just plays it into the corner. King now bodied in the along the corner glass. Fired up for Baker, unable to control. Tipped by Carline, but a high stick. And Ole Miss plays it. Delayed offsides, Carline regains. In the corner now, Ogle with the puck. Sends it down for Carline, further down in the corner. Carline dodges a hit, gets taken out. Sends the pass up to Kokoska, who fires a shot blocked in front by Huey. Puck gets sent into the neutral zone where DeGenova plays it over for Kokoska, up to King now. King dodges a hit and gains the Ole Miss line. Kokoska sends it right back in. And Ole Miss comes out with it. Brait with the puck. Loses possession to him by himself in the corner. Centers it out front. Tennessee comes away with it. Bunch with the puck, trying to send it for Carter, as Gage Young plays it back into the Tennessee zone for Brait. Up to Young. Young at top circle fires a shot blocked in front as Kokoska comes away with it, unable to chip it out of the zone. And Carter now in the neutral zone comes away with it for Tennessee. Carter gets around Brait, and a penalty coming up here to Ole Miss. 9:44 left here in the first period. Tennessee will be on the power play.
Great thing for Tennessee because they are really good at special teams. If it's a power play or a penalty kill, usually they got some emotion in there. And so far tonight, we haven't really seen a spark yet from this team. Could this be our spark? We will find out. But I do want to mention again, though, the defense really does have to get it together. I mean, Shaw's taking so many shots right now. It seems like they're pinching a little bit every single time they turn it over or if Ole Miss is trying to come in. But now that they're on the power play, let's see if they can spend some quality time in there and get some shots on net.
Carter with it in the corner. Bodied there by Lindhorst. Engineering down for Carter, unable to play it. As Whitwer comes away with it. Gives it off to Stroner, and he sends it all the way down. No icing. Minute 35 left here on this Ole Miss penalty. Paulhart sets up behind Shaw, waiting for some movement. And sends it up for Engineering. Between his feet, unable to play. As Lindhorst plays it back into the neutral zone all the way down where Paulhart picks it up. Paulhart now gains the Ole Miss line. Tries to drop it back for Magazzini. Stroner takes it away. Battle now in the corner. Magazzini, Stroner, Paulhart, and Whitwer. Whitwer comes away with it. Taken off the puck by Magazzini. Stroner now loses it to Damewood. Still in the Ole Miss end. As Lindhorst sends it all the way down, and Shaw plays it behind his own net. 50 seconds now left in this penalty. Damewood with the puck, gains the Ole Miss line. Sends it all the way around to himself. Stops and starts on Gage Young. Ogle with the puck now. Up for Kokoska. Back down to Ogle. Ogle tries to chip it down for Carline, but it gets sent all the way back behind Shaw, where Kokoska will play it. 30 seconds now left on this power play for Tennessee.
You see there, Ogle was trying to get a little fancy with it, but you notice how they got set up there is because Ole Miss was playing back and letting them carry it in their own zone. It seems like they're winning the board battle tonight, but they are now no longer just making Tennessee dump and chase. I think they're gaining some confidence. Tennessee's really got to get going here with 11 seconds left.
Ogle now dancing on Young as he takes it away from him. Ogle and Young going at it still. Kokoska Hooked a little bit. Gets it to Ogle. Over to Carline. Carline tries to center it for Bunch. And it's covered up there by Parent. That was the best look of the power play.
It was, as time expires for the power play. It seemed like Carline was camped outside of the net, ready to put it home, but then he hesitated, wanted to give it right back to his player out in front for the empty netter. Obviously, the goaltender was there, made a key stop.
Zimmerman, Hamill, and Clark, the forward lineup for this face-off. Ole Miss wins the draw off the stick of Zegras. Back behind Parent, Lindhorst has it. Sends it over for Whitwer. And up now for Peichel. Peichel fires a shot off the crossbar. As shot gets sent back in by Lindhorst into the neutral zone now. And Zegras wraps it around where Tolk plays it behind Shaw. Tolk unable to play it. Shot, score! Peichel from Storner. On that goal, it is 1-0 Ole Miss with 7:08 left here in the first period.
Yeah, I mean, right there, what was I talking about earlier in the period? Just turnovers by our defensemen. Seems like everybody's sitting back waiting to play catch-up with the puck. But Tennessee turns it over, gives it to the Ole Miss player right out in front. Easy tap and goal. No chance for Shaw to make the save. Tennessee's really in some trouble right now. Maybe if they can get through this period, regroup, that would be the ideal situation. But right now it seems like they're sluggish. They're not moving their feet. There's not that physical presence, that aggressive presence. They need to get going here and now.
Puck sent into the Tennessee zone where Paul Hart plays it off the glass and out.
I will say, too, it's not like Ole Miss is outplaying Tennessee right now. I mean, they're playing a little sluggish. They don't have the speed right now. It's just little turnovers that's really changing the game here.
Battle for it in the corner now to the right of Shaw. Puck comes free, and Ole Miss comes away with it. Pinned to the boards by Paul Hart. And wrapped back around where nobody's home for Tennessee. Lundy with it now, gains the Ole Miss line. Sends it all the way down behind Parent and lays a body there on Eldridge. Puck still in the Ole Miss end where King plays it to Carter. Carter wraps it back around where Eldridge picks it up in the near side corner. Eldridge now out of the Ole Miss side, out of the Ole Miss zone. Sends it in, delayed offsides as Damewood got taken out on that play. Paul Hart with the puck now whiffs on the pass. Tries to send it up for Engineering. Milson with the puck now sends it down where Damewood will pick it up and wrap it back around. Baker on it. Tries to center it. Comes out of the Tennessee zone now. Lindhorst on it for Ole Miss. Gets it out of the zone. Kokoska plays it all the way across where Young unable to play it. And it's sent all the way around for Kokoska. Unable to hold as Baker gains the zone quickly. Battle for it on the near side boards now. Huey comes away with it for Ole Miss. Taken out there by Bunch. Whitwer with it, fires it all the way across into the other corner. Lindhorst wraps it back around behind Shaw. Milson on it now, takes a hit from Bunch. Kokoska comes away with it. Kokoska up for Carter. Huey on Carter. Back down for Ole Miss. Whitwer takes a hit there from Bunch, who's able to chip it back into the zone. Lindhorst on it now. Chips it up. Kokoska. Ogle now with the puck, drops it back for DeGenova. Trying to send it back to Ogle. Turnover, bad turnover at the top of the zone. Saved there by Shaw. DeGenova sends it out to Kieran Ogle as he's streaking through into the Ole Miss zone. He's got King behind him, fires a shot, saved there by Parent. Carline on it now. Trying to drop it for King. Bodied there by Milson. Tied up right in front of the Ole Miss bench. 4 guys in on it now. Still trying to get it moved. Carline backs out as it's chipped down by Milson. Tolk on the play. Tolk on the puck with 4 minutes left here. King trying to chip it to Carline. Gets sent all the way back in by Mulligan. Battle for it now in the corner as Carline comes away with it, chips it up, held in. by Knott. Shot saved there by Shaw from Knott. Carline with the puck now. He's got Ogle to his left, sends it to him. Ogle, one man to beat, cuts to the front, fires a shot high over the net and out of play. 3:30 left here in the first period.
Good rush by Ogle there. He does that move every single time he gets a chance. Usually successful in that department. Shaw's been playing outstanding. He has no help right now. So many turnovers in our offensive zone. It's astounding that it's really only 1-0. Tennessee is getting outplayed by a country mile here. Well, I guess right now we'll have to see if they can get through this period. Then we'll regroup.
Paul Hart with the puck, fires a shot, tipped in front and wide. Lundy on it, up to Barrett. Barrett fires a shot and blockered away by Parent. Paul Hart again, fires it down behind Parent as Marino sends it to the center for Magazzini, but Ole Miss comes away with it. Shot fired, saved there by Shaw. Another shot well high and wide. Puck sent down, Paul Hart picks off the pass. Paul Hart in the neutral zone, gains the Ole Miss line, tries to dance around Lonk and sits him down. Tied up in the corner now as it comes free. Zegras sends it over to Lonk. Lonk Magazzini up to Marino now in the neutral zone. Marino gains the line, no offsides. Puck fired out by Storner. Kokoska now fires it off the boards to Carter, who's trying to chip it for Bunch, and he gets it out of the zone. Sent it right back in to the right of Shaw. To the left of Shaw. Kokoska loses possession as it's wrapped back down for Powlaw. Shot fired by Whitwer off the outside of the cage. Wrapped back around where Barrett picks it up and chips it for Carter, who's unable to maintain possession. Carter now back to Barrett. Gets it chipped around him and back behind Shaw. Kokoska now looking for some movement. Sends it up for Bunch, and he's unable to play it. And that goes down for an icing with 1:40 left here in the first period.
Stick around for our first intermission report. We will do a quick recap with about 4 minutes left before the second period starts. We'll talk about what we saw in the period and hopefully discuss what needs to happen in the second.
Face-off going to be taken between Bunch and Huey. Won by Huey up to the point. Shot fired. Blocked in front by Kokoska. Stick lifted as the engineer he tries to send it all the way across for Carter. Kokoska's there to play it and chips it up and out of the zone. Bunch with the puck. Sends it up for Carter. Carter takes a big hit there from the Ole Miss defenseman, and he hurt himself on that hit. Milson sends it over for Baker, and Kokoska comes away with it in front. Sends it up for Nick Carline. Carline's got King. Now Ogle. Ogle fires a shot tipped by King and sent wide to Parent. King picks up the puck in the corner. Wraps it back down for Kieran Ogle. Ogle now sends it for King, unable to control, but it comes over to DeGenova. DeGenova fires a shot and tipped wide by Carline. Ole Miss with the puck now in Lindhorst. Lindhorst sends it down off of Shaw, no icing, and Paul Hart's there to play it. 30 seconds left here. Carline chips it in for King. King fires it wide apparent, and Ogle's on it. Taken off of it by Campo, and over now. DeGenova with the puck. Fires it right into Knott's right into Knott's legs, and King comes away with it. 14 seconds left. Over to Ogle. Ogle down the left-hand side. Ogle centers it as Carline takes a stick to the face. And we've got a penalty coming up here to Ole Miss for high sticking with 5 seconds left in this first period.
Tennessee is going to have a second chance at the power play here. Only 5 seconds left in the period, as you stated. So we will see them, what they can produce in the second period when we get underway.
It's good to start a power play on fresh ice, too. Puck's not going to be bouncing around as much as it is now because it's all chewed up.
True that, but I mean, both teams at the end of the day have to play on the same surface. It seems like Tennessee obviously can't get lucky with a bounce, but Ole Miss is finding a way. They're making it a lot easier on themselves. It seems like Tennessee's trying too many things. You got to play complementary hockey here.
Penalty to Whitworth for Ole Miss. And that'll do it for us here in the second period. As Doherty had King lined up, but unable to connect on the hit as the buzzer went out. We will be back shortly with the intermission report. to switch it over? Are we unmuted? All right. We're here for the first intermission report.
Yeah, let's get right into it. So, Tennessee did not come out properly for this period. It seems like their offense is non-existent right now because Ole Miss actually came in with a good game plan. Seems like they're stacking the blue line, making sure Tennessee can't carry it in. They're making them play dump and chase.
Yep.
The other thing I got to mention, though, is the amount of turnovers that Tennessee has brought out tonight in their own zone. That's the reason why Ole Miss is up 1-0. What do you think, Dom?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help that their number one defensive mind is out of the game and out of games for the foreseeable future with the broken jaw. And offensively, the same thing going. Butchko's not playing tonight. Don't know when he'll be back, if he'll be back, type of deal. What I need to see from this Tennessee team is more offensive pressure, and their defense needs to step up big time.
Well, they also got to just get a little bit more emotion in this game. It seems like they haven't skated in almost 2 weeks. No offense, guys. But I really want to see some more physicality in the stick work and moving their feet against the boards when it's pinned down. That's where Tennessee usually makes their bread. But tonight, it seems like they haven't had a clue of what they're doing yet. Hopefully, Johnny has been talking to the boys. I know I saw Butchko here, even though he's out. He's in the locker room. He's talking to the guys. Hopefully, he's saying, all right, guys, one bad period. We're only down 1. Let's get right back into this game. Let's get shots on net. Obviously, Ole Miss had 14-10 in the shot department in that first period, so they're winning so far. We will see what happens in the second period, though.
Yep. Second period coming up shortly. Face-off one back by Tennessee. And a new lineup combo here. Excuse me, we're still on the power play.
Right.
Bunch, Carline, King, Ogle, and Paul Hart. Excuse me, Kokoska now. King with the puck, fires a shot, scores! Top corner from the blue line! Drew King on the power play! 24 seconds into this period.
I mean, that's what Tennessee needed. It kind of just a wild shot from Drew King at the blue line. Ogle kept it in, got it to King. Goaltender looked like he couldn't even see it. There was no screen in front of him. Just kind of one of those shots there that go in. Either way, though, great for Tennessee. They've tied it back up. We'll see what kind of even strength group they got going here, though.
Ogle now with the puck. Wraps it back behind Parent. Dodges a hit. Still has the puck. Loses it now to Eldridge. Milson on it to Huey. Paul Hart sends it back down. And Carline comes away with it. Carline now fires a shot blocked there in front by Lulk. King with the puck now. Sends it for Ogle. Gets chipped up out of the way. Paul Hart now with it. Fires a shot blocked in front by Eldridge. Baker comes away with it for Ole Miss. One-on-one with Paul Hart. Takes a massive hit from Paul Hart in the far corner. Beautiful play as Tennessee comes away with it. Young is able to hold the line, and Huey with it now loses it to Ogle. Ogle tries to chip around Milson, unable to do so. As Huey comes back into the Tennessee zone. Huey fires a shot off the outside of the pipe. And Ogle has a break now. One man to beat, 2 men now. He's got Carline and just decides to dump it in, get a change. Milligan on it now. Bunch pressuring him as DeGenova sends it to Bunch. Bunch gains the Ole Miss line. At the hash marks now on the boards. Fires it over for DeGenova off the glass. And Carter wraps it back around behind Parent. Up over where Bunch plays it and loses possession on a blind pass. Out of the zone now. As DeGenova plays it over for Bunch. Bunch for Engineering. Back to Bunch. Bunch now fires a shot just high over Parent. Kokoska holds the line and wraps it back around. Hit there from Engineering. DeGenova with the puck. Trying to wrap it down to Engineering. Gets taken off the stick. Gets taken off the puck by Storner. Out of the Tennessee zone now. As it gets shot back in by Zegras. Behind Shaw, Kokoska plays it. Pressured by two Ole Miss players. Sends it up for Carter. Carter in the corner now sends it all the way across for DeGenova, who chips it for Engineering. Loses possession. And regains as Carter gains the zone. Carter fires a shot blockered away by Parent. And wrapped out by Lindhorst. Into the neutral zone now as Tolk plays it for Tennessee. Lundy loses possession to Powell. Shots, puck center, shot fired there by Lindhorst. Wrapped back down by Spadetti. Big hit there along the far side wall. DeGenova comes away with it, sends it for Magazzini as he chips it in, and Parent plays it for Lindhorst. Marino now on the puck for Tennessee. Gets a stick lifted there by Whitwer as he chips it out of the zone and Sam Hale plays it. Lundy sends Powell into the bench. Hale battling along the corner. Lundy with the hit there. And Hale comes away with it. Takes a hit from the Ole Miss player. Another hit by Shepard, and Hale comes away with it. And he's able to chip it out of the zone, relieve some of the pressure. Eldridge now fires it back in as Tolk plays it in the near corner and wraps it all the way around for Nick Carline. Carline able to chip it up out of the zone as it gets sent right back in behind Shaw. Mitzelfeld hit there by Paul Hart, but puck comes all the way around where Locke plays it to the far corner. Big hit there by Tolk in the corner. Eldridge plays it down, and Paul Hart defends himself on that hit from Campo. Puck gets sent all the way down, no icing, as Locke plays it behind Parent. Carline tries to center it for King, and it gets thrown out of the zone by Campo. For a hand pass, and he's trying to get a change. Unable to do so. 15 minutes even left here in this second period. Score is still tied at 1-1. And a penalty coming up to Ole Miss on that play.
Seems like they were trying to play some handball there. I mean, he just picked it up and tried to throw it a country mile.
Yep. Got it to the neutral zone before it was whistled dead.
Well, Tennessee is, I believe they're what, 1 for 3 on the power play tonight?
1 for 2.
1 for 2. Well, we'll see if they're able to make it 2 for 3 real shortly.
Yep. Bunch, Carline, Ogle, King, Kokoska. This power play lineup for Tennessee once again that scored so quickly in the second period to get it started. Bunch to take the face-off and wins it to Ogle, who plays it back for King. And King chips it back down for Carline, who plays it to Ogle. Ogle up to Carline. Carline has King wide open at the point. Passes to him, fires, shot, scores! Drew King again on the power play! 12 seconds in, over the blocker of Parent.
Very nice setup there on the power play. Drew King with the shot, but that's not possible without Kieran Ogle making the screen right in front of the goaltender. And the student section is getting back into it, which is what we need here.
Singing Rocky Top loud and proud with 14:47 left here in the second period. The score is 2-1 Tennessee on 2 Drew King power play goals. King with it now over to DeGenova, who's trying to center it back for King. Big hit laid there on Huey. Puck now in the near corner. Baker playing it, taken off of it by King. Sends it up for Ogle as Huey tries to lay King out. Ogle now tries to get around the defenseman, unable to do so, loses possession as Eldridge sends it to Milson. Milson up to Huey. And a shot fired and saved there by Shaw, blockered away to the near side half wall. Eldridge unable to hold the line. 14 minutes left here in the second period. Eldridge sends it up for Milson. And Milson drops it there for Baker, who sends it all the way down into the near corner where DeGenova plays it. DeGenova trying to play it for Carline, a little bit of a buddy pass, but King comes away with it and sends it to Carline. Carline cuts to center, fires a shot. Sticked away there by Peichel. Centered there by Ogle. Or Carter, excuse me. Back into the Ole Miss end. Milligan plays it out for Peichel, and Storner on it now in the Tennessee zone. Tries to drop it back for Peichel. Engineer steals it from him, and Tolk plays it up to Carter. Carter gains the Ole Miss line and drops it into the corner to himself. Over to Bunch now. Bunch fires a shot, gloved away there off the backside of one of the Ole Miss defensemen as Peichel wraps it all the way around for Milligan. Milligan off the glass, and Tolk able to play it down and hold the line. Chipped back out into the neutral zone as Carter plays it there for Tolk, but Tolk unable to control. Young and Carter battling as Tolk comes away with it. Sends it for Bunch, back to Carter now in the Tennessee zone. Carter plays it for Bunch, and Young comes away with it for Ole Miss and chips it forward for Peichel. Peichel now lets it go all the way to the end wall and bodied there by Sam Hale. Ian Tolk plays it all the way around where Whitwer plays it. Tolk now off the glass, out of the zone as Storner plays it. Storner one-on-one with Hale. Marino takes him off the puck now. Storner spins away from a hit from Hale. Centers it. Puck still loose behind the net now. Zegras on it, up to Lindhorst. Lindhorst fires a shot. A nice little header there by Shaw, too. Palau unable to get it to Whitwer as it comes out of the Tennessee zone. Horrible change by Tennessee. Palau, one-on-one with Shaw. Save! And Magazzini sends it to the corner. Barrett on it now, wraps it all the way around where Lindhorst plays it back in. Barrett along the half wall, loses possession, whiffed on the shot. And Lundy sends it for Magazzini. Magazzini hits the ref, trying to get into the zone. Whitwer now on it. Marino now, as this is going to be called offsides with 11:29 left here in the second period.
It seems like the ref got in the way there, Magazzini. But I want to talk about Tennessee's 5-on-5 performance so far in this period. Still not back to what it needs to be. They've got both their goals on the power play. Definitely, like I said, they're good on the power play and the PK usually. But 5-on-5, they got to get it together. They almost let up, obviously, just a bad move by the Ole Miss players there. They had a 2-on-0. Could have been an easy goal there to tie this back up, but they really do got to figure it out defensively. It seemed like they were getting a little bit better with their rushes and entering the zone, but overall, they need to really pick it back up.
Face-off outside of the Ole Miss end. At the dot closest to the Tennessee bench. Face-off won by Drew King. Back for Barrett. Barrett on it, whiffs on the pass as Palau comes away with it. Centered there and saved there by Shaw. 11:20 left in the second period.
Another turnover there by Tennessee gives them an opportunity. Shaw has been standing very strong though so far in this second period. Had a great first period. He's really the reason they're in this game right now. And if I'm Shaw, I'm telling my boys, hey, we're still in this. Obviously they got back up to 2-1 here with the power play goals, but Shaw is a real leader in this group here. He's telling his boys, hey, let's just stay calm, cool, and collective.
Face-off won there by Tennessee as Kokoska comes away with it. Wraps it back around for DeGenova. DeGenova takes a hit, makes a play, gets it out to Ogle. Ogle fires it across for Carline, chipped in by the Ole Miss defenseman. Carline takes a rough hit there. As DeGenova comes away with it in the neutral zone, sends it back in for Carline. Carline dodges a hit and gives Ogle the puck in the far corner now. Ole Miss making a break for it. Doherty on it, loses possession, and bodied there by Ogle. Shepard centers it. Carline picks it off. Carline sends it up for Ogle. Just out of his reach as he's bodied there by Milligan. Ogle comes away with it, wraps it back down for Carline, just out of his reach as Young is there to play it. Takes a hit from Carline. Hale holding the line as Campo comes away with it over to Shepard. Back out where Milligan plays it in the neutral zone. Back in behind Shaw. Shaw comes out and plays the puck and leaves it there for Tolk. Tolk taken off of it by Campo. Centered there, Young. Fires a shot, saved there by Shaw and kicked into the far near corner. Unable to get it out of the zone, Carter. Shot fired there by Knott. And King comes away with it off the glass. Unable to clear still. Hale finally able to clear. Tennessee might be able to get a change here. Some tired bodies. King off the ice now. And Hale, Paul Hart, and Bunch on for them. Puck gets sent all the way down. Paul Hart on that. Bunch and Campo going at it. Knott with the cross check to Paul Hart. And Lindhorst with it now. And he chips it all the way in. Tolk over to Paul Hart. And a high sticking call here. On Paul Hart, their first penalty of the night.
One thing that Ole Miss is still doing very well is in Tennessee's zone. They're sending 3 guys to the goal line, making that pressure, forcing Tennessee to make those mistakes. They're very confident only having 2 players back at the blue line. It seems like Tennessee's got to wake up and take advantage of that. If they can make 1 play out, they already got the odd man rush coming back out.
Centered there. Shot fired off the crossbar. Still loose in the slot. And another high stick call as it's going to go all the way down. High stick playing with the high stick, Ole Miss. Outside.
Tennessee's really got to get the sticks moving here. It seems like Ole Miss is in unison with their passing, especially on the power play.
8:55 left here in the second period. Still 2-1. Minute 38 left here on the Paul Hart high sticking minor. But the faceoff is in Tennessee's offensive zone.
Yep, and we got a shot total right now of 17-11 in favor of Ole Miss. We'll see what Tennessee is going to do here. They got to start applying pressure. Remember, from last year and a couple games this year, on the PK, Tennessee can be lethal.
Faceoff won by Ole Miss as Lindhorst comes away with it. Lindhorst over to Storner. And Storner over to Baker. Baker behind Parent. Baker now coming out of the Ole Miss zone. Gains entry into the Tennessee zone. And drops it there for Lindhorst. Lindhorst down to Milson. Milson down to Storner. Storner behind Shaw. looking for some movement, sends it up to Milson. Milson all the way across. Saved there by Shaw off the outside of the cage. And it's fired all the way down. No icing. 50 seconds left here in this power penalty kill.
The post and pipe have been real good in favor of Tennessee, helping Shaw make a couple extra saves. They just got really good, calm, cool, collective play going on here. They're playing complementary hockey.
Peichel with it now. Up for Lindhorst. Back to Peichel. Peichel down to Storner. Storner centers it. Scores! Brady Zegras with the goal for Ole Miss to tie it up with 25 seconds left on that penalty kill for Tennessee.
No stick down there to even try and stop the pass. I mean, nifty play, though, by the Ole Miss player, making a nice backhand pass, easy back door. Once again, Shaw had no chance. Goal coming on the power play for them.
7:42 left here in the second period. Score is tied at 2 apiece.
I can already tell this game's going to come down to who wins the 5-on-5 overall play. Right now, it's in favor of Ole Miss, unless there's some more penalties called throughout the game. I mean, just watch Tennessee here when they're in their own zone. Watch their defense. It seems like they're kind of reaching more than they are adding a little extra zip to each pass or getting physical. When they're on the side of the boards, they're not using their feet, their skates. Move the puck.
Carline unable to clear. King does so over to Ogle. Back to King, just out of his reach in the far corner now. King drops it there for Ogle. And he cuts to the center. Dancing around 3 Ole Miss players. And wraps it for Carline. Carline sends it to King. King behind the net has Paul Hart and Barrett open up at the top of the zone to Paul Hart. Wraps it down for Carline. Carline to Ogle. Ogle below the goal line sends it up for Paul Hart. Paul Hart fires a shot. Saved there by Parent. Puck into the far side. Shot there by Barrett. And tipped wide. Paul Hart now down for Ogle, and he chips it down. Big hit there by King. Puck still in the corner. King getting dogged there by 2 players. Able to send it up to Paul Hart. Over to Barrett now. Barrett, top of the circle. Over for Ogle. Ogle was not expecting that pass. King with it now. Up to Paul Hart. Paul Hart fires a shot. Tipped wide by Carline.
You can see King is playing the exact role that I would like to see him play. He's really hard on the boards, keeping the puck in the zone. That's what you want to see from your veteran captain.
Eldridge chips it out. Paul Hart plays it there for Carter, and he sends it all the way back in. Cross corner dump in. Carline on it for Tennessee. Over to Carter. Carter fires a shot. Saved there by Parent. Puck still loose in front as Bunch comes away with it. Bunch trying to center it for a streaking Engineering, but picked off there by Lolk. Sent wide of Shaw as Baker centers it for Huey. Puck comes out of the Tennessee zone, almost in the Ole Miss end, but Lindhorst plays it out. Paul Hart off the glass and out into the neutral zone where Lindhorst picks it up. Sends it over for Whitwer. Whitwer up to Huey. Huey leaves it there for Baker. Huey takes out Tolk as Bunch comes away with the puck for Tennessee in the Ole Miss end. Fires a shot, saved there by Parent. And Milson comes away with it and chips it in behind Shaw, where Tolk will play it with 5 minutes left here in the second period. Sends it up for Carter, just out of his reach, but out of the zone. Peichel back in, and Shaw blockers it into the corner. Over for Engineering, and he chips it into the Ole Miss end. Played back behind Parent, Lundy. As Ole Miss comes away with it. Storner now in the neutral zone, over to Young. Young drops it for Storner. Storner in the corner, fires a shot, tipped and out of play.
Seems like a little talk's going on with Magazzini and number 24 of Ole Miss. That's kind of some of the emotion that we want to see, though. Tie game here, 4:27 left in the second period. Shot total is 18-14. Still, Ole Miss is taking advantage of every opportunity they get. Seems like Tennessee really can't maintain that consistency, though, of bringing the puck into Ole Miss's zone.
Lundy now along the half wall, trying to send it for Marino or Magazzini. Gets through both of them. Marino on it now in the corner. Dogged there by Young. Storner comes away with it and sends it over for Milligan. Milligan sends it up. DeGenova picks it off. Over to Lundy now. Lundy trying to center it for Magazzini. Taken off the puck by Zegras. Play now along the Tennessee bench. Kept in the zone by the linesman as Young plays it behind Parent. Lundy runs into the net. Takes it off of its pegs. 3:50 left here in the second period. And a little extra between Peichel and Lundy as Lundy's heading to the bench for a change.
We got some tired boys out there on the ice for both teams. You can see the captain for Ole Miss taking a minute to stretch it out. So far, both goalies, I think they've had strong performances. Obviously, Drew King's, both of his goals came from the outside. Doesn't happen, though, without certain screens.
Faceoff going to be outside of the Ole Miss end. King, Ogle, Carline, Barrett, Paulhart for Tennessee. Faceoff won by Ole Miss. Lindhorst sends it out of the zone, battled quickly there. Ogle comes away with it, dogged by Shepard. Ogle drops it for Barrett over to Paulhart now. Paulhart up for Carline. Carline to Ogle. Ogle streaking. Fires a shot, saved there by Parent. King comes away with the rebound over to Paulhart now. Over to Barrett. Down at the hash marks, fires a shot, blocked in front. King down for Carline. Carline in front, fires a backhand, and saved there by Parent with 3:18 left here in the second period.
Oh, good little momentum there by the boys. His top line has been on fire tonight, obviously producing 2 goals on the power play. They got to keep it up, though. They got to stay in Ole Miss's zone, keep the goaltender moving. I liked how Tennessee in the past 2 minutes have been using their body more when it comes to the puck battles.
Face-off won by Ole Miss, and Milson comes away with it. Through the neutral zone into the Tennessee end now. Fires a shot, and stopped there by Shaw.
Nice little flash of the glove there by Shaw. Trying to get some emotion from this team.
You gotta flash the leather every now and then.
He popped it up there.
3:09 left here in the second period. Same lineup for Tennessee and Ole Miss on this face-off. Baker comes away with it for Ole Miss. Down behind Shaw. Gives it off to Milson. Ogle now. One-on-one with Lindhorst. Cuts to the center. Able to chip it down to the bottom of the circle as Lindhorst wraps it all the way around. Paulhart holds the line. Down for Carline. Carline to King. King. Fires a shot. Off the inside of the post. No goal. Barrett now fires a shot wide. Carline picks up the puck behind Parent. Drops it there for King. King bodied by Huey.
Tennessee's got them in a chokehold right now. They just got to keep it in their own zone and keep the consistency.
King and Huey still going at it in the corner. Puck comes free. Carline sends it up for Paulhart. Paulhart wraps it back down where King will play it behind Parent. Takes a body from Whitworth. And Carter trying to send it up for Barrett. Comes into the neutral zone. Paulhart plays it. And he chips it into this. He chips it in off of the blocker of Parent as he loses an edge. Paulhart now for Engineering. And Ole Miss comes away with it. Paulhart playing offense now. Bunch with it. Wraps it there for Engineering. Engineering dodges a hit from Whitworth. Whitworth regains possession of the puck and sent right back in by Paulhart as he gets a quick change. Kokoska DeGenova on D for Tennessee here as Peichel cuts to the center. Peichel dancing around DeGenova. Saved there by Shaw. Zegras with it now. Loses possession to Kokoska. Takes a hit there from Peichel. And Bunch comes away with it. Bunch making a break for it. 1:25 left here in the second. Bunch dances around 2 Ole Miss players. And drops it down for Lundy. Marino in front. Lundy behind the net and Bunch at the hash marks. Lundy to Bunch. Up to DeGenova. Fires a shot blocked in front. Off the stick of Zegras as Parent covers up with 1:03 left here in the second.
One player I want to talk about is Engineering here. New kid on the block, kind of making himself present tonight. He really doesn't put Tennessee in any position to be hurt. I remember speaking to Drew King a couple weeks ago about the incoming freshman of this class. he was telling me, obviously that's a Kentucky series, really got him. Really, boys were on their heels all night. But now, as they got a couple games in, they're on their toes. And Engineering's one of those players. He's very smart, calm, cool, collective. He did get nicked up there, though, with his hand on that last shift. Hopefully he's okay.
Marino in the corner now, bodied by Young. Ole Miss comes away with it, Shepard. Marino now, bodied by Young. Gets around Young, still has possession behind the net. Centers it, and kicked away. DeGenova back down to Marino. Marino tries to center it there for Lundy. Line held by Kokoska. 35 seconds left now. Marino takes a big hit there from Milligan. Milligan takes a shot from Magazzini. Lundy now over to Marino. Marino fires a shot wide. And we've got a penalty coming up here to Ole Miss with 20 seconds left in the second period. Interference call coming to Shepard.
Call it interference, call it roughing, whatever you want. They were mugging our guy right in the crease.
20 seconds left, and Tennessee will go back to work on the power play. Both of their goals thus far off the stick of Drew King from the point.
We'll see. Maybe he can cap one here in 20 seconds and get his natural hat trick.
Bunch, Ogle, Carline, King, Kokoska is the power play lineup. Face-off won by Bunch. Trying to play it over for Kokoska. Gets sent all the way down. 10 seconds left here. Kokoska over for Carline. Carline dodges a hit. Over for Bunch. Bunch fires a shot blockered away there by Parent. Still loose in front as the whistle blows. And the goalie throws a nice little check there to Carline and then dives. This third period's going to be fun.
Carline's not one to mess with, especially even if it's just a little chirp. He's going to come right at you. He'll make himself present.
We will be back here shortly with the second intermission report. Welcome to the second intermission report. We're about 2 minutes away here from puck drop for the third period. What did you see in that second period that you liked?
Well, what I saw is Tennessee getting a lot of opportunities on the power play. They obviously came in with 2 goals, which is great by Drew King to get them back into this game and tied up. But still, when it comes to 5-on-5, they really aren't accelerating at bringing that puck in the zone. They've had a couple of good rushes so far, but they really need to come out and win this 5-on-5 game here in the third period. You're going to have to see that from your veteran players like Drew King, Kieran Ogle, Bunch, all those guys. That's what you need to see.
With that being said, the 5-on-4 battle that these guys have been playing has been tremendous. 2 goals on the power play, both coming from Drew King, both off the stick of Kieran Ogle and Nick Carline for the assists. If we've got a power play, I think, to start this next period too. They were like this last year. Their strong suits were special teams, power play, penalty kill. They were scoring shorthanded goals left and right. Obviously, that did not happen tonight as they let up their lone penalty kill. They let up a goal, which brings us to 2-2. But we regained the lead in the shot total, which is good. That means we had more offensive zone pressure than we did the entire first 2 periods.
Yeah, and you know what? This whole game, though, has been kind of odd, in my opinion, because Ole Miss came out with a strong game plan in the first period, which was they were stacking the line, make sure Tennessee couldn't come in. But it's been on and off now the rest of the game. Why would they stop something that was working so well for them?
Exactly.
They were causing Tennessee to make so many turnovers in their own zone, and that's what obviously got them to 2 goals. Tennessee, though, if I will say, their main guys are starting to perform a little bit in the physicality department. It seems like they're using their body against the boards. I know I saw a couple of plays where Drew King and Ogle using their feet, kicking the puck, getting it back up to their stick, just trying to make something happen. And as the horn rings, we're going to get right back here in the third period. Winner takes all.
Yeah. We'll see you talk to you in a couple seconds. Good morning, as it is 1:17 local time. Kokoska sends it over for King. 1:30 left on this power play for Tennessee.
You're a real funny guy, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, I'm hilarious. I get told that a lot. Kokoska on it now behind Shaw with 19:40 left here in the third period. Carline now with the puck. Sends it all the way across for King, just out of his reach. Eldridge on King. King comes away with it. King walking around. Sets up shop down to Carline now. Carline down to Ogle. Bunch in the center. Sends it for Kokoska. Sends it just wide. Wrapped all the way around and out of the zone. 1 minute even left on this power play for Tennessee.
Good look by Tennessee, moving the puck, trying to get on the back door there and tap it in. Just a miss to the outside.
19 minutes left here in the third period. Kokoska sends it up for King. King now at the top of the circle, just inside the zone, and wraps it all the way around where Ogle lets it go around for Carline. Carline now at the hash marks down for Ogle. Ogle, bottom of the circle, walks up to the hash marks, trading places with the Carline. Carline with the puck now, bottom of the circle. Walks up to the hash marks, he and Ogle trading places. Back down to Ogle. Ogle and Carline switch once more. King wide open at the top, down to Carline. Carline trying to center it for Ogle. Bunch comes away with it. Carline now at the hash marks. Ogle, bottom of the circle, Bunch in the slot. Down to Ogle. 10 seconds left. Ogle all the way for Kokoska. Kokoska fires a shot saved there by Parent. As Ole Miss clears the zone, as their penalty kill will come to an end. King gives it to Bunch, and Bunch will fire it in on Parent as he gloves it down by his head and plays it there for Lindhorst. Baker now gets around Paul Hart, but without the puck. Gives Barrett a shot in the corner.
Tried a little shake and bake there, didn't work out.
Only for Ricky Bobby and Cal Naughton Jr. Puck covered up there by Shaw as Magazzini sits one of the Ole Miss players down with 17:52 left here in the third period.
You know, it's pretty late here, as you said, right now. Some of the fans had to make their way on home, get ready for tomorrow's big football game.
Plus it's raining.
Plus, yeah, absolutely, that too. You know, a little shout out to the fans that are staying here and pulling through all the way to the end of the game.
Magazzini with the puck in the neutral zone. Gains the Ole Miss line and gives it off to Marino. Marino wraps it around where Milligan picks it up. Bodied there by Lundy and Magazzini. Storner comes away with it, sends it up for Peichel. Peichel now over to Zegras. Zegras fires it off the outside of the cage and regains the rebound.
No relation to Trevor, by the way.
Barrett with the puck up for Marino. Marino takes a hit there from Young. Puck comes free, back behind Shaw as Paul Hart plays it around. Held in the zone, never mind. As the linesman is taken out by Lundy. Paul Hart with the puck over to Barrett. Back over to Paul Hart now in the near corner. Chips it up for Lundy. And Lundy gets it out of the zone just barely. And Carter comes away with it. Paul Hart now setting up shop right in front of Shaw as he sends it off the boards out of the zone all the way down to the Ole Miss end where Milligan picks it up. Pete Bunch intercepts in the neutral zone. Takes a hit from Young, but able to chip it down behind Parent. Puck loose as Young sends it up. DeGenova fires a shot wide of Parent. Kokoska holds the line, but Paulau comes away with it and sends it up for Shepard. Shepard fires it over to Doherty, who scores. Make it 3-2 with 16:10 left here in the third period.
Kind of an awkward goal, very low to the post and in. Don't really know if Shaw saw it. I mean, it seemed fairly simple. Maybe it looked like it was going off to the corner. But like I was talking about, who's going to win the 5-on-5 battle tonight? And so far, Ole Miss is in the lead.
King, Carline, Ogle, Kokoska, DeGenova on the ice now for Tennessee. King wins it back to Kokoska, and he's just going to play it himself. Chips it into the Ole Miss end. King on it for Tennessee. Chips it up where Kokoska's there. Back down to King. Over now for Ogle, just out of his reach. Pressured there by several Ole Miss players. Wraps it around where Kokoska picks it up. Sent down and picked up by Eldridge. Peichel now for Ole Miss in the neutral zone. Dodges a hit from King, gains the zone. Kokoska out for Carline now. 3-on-1 break. Carline, King, Ogle. Carline fires a shot, blockered away. Beautiful defensive play there by Ole Miss. Ogle cannot hold on to the puck as it comes out of the Ole Miss end, and Kokoska plays it. Up for Carline.
Save there for Ole Miss, and then to get it out of the zone and make sure Tennessee's not creating momentum.
King sends it down for Carline behind Parent. King comes away with the puck as DeGenova holds the line. Sends a shot taken away there by Lindhorst. Lindhorst on his horse gains the Tennessee zone. And a weird shot there, saved by Shaw off of the stick of DeGenova, it looked like. 14:58 left here in the third period.
I would say something, but this is one of my favorite songs.
And for those still tuning in on YouTube, we appreciate it. We know it's late. Whitwer with the puck now at the top of the zone. Tipped twice, last time by Shepard. And as Hale clears it, no icing. Whitwer and Carter on it now. Whitwer gains possession and sends it up for Doherty. Doherty tries to hit Talk as Talk plays it into the Ole Miss end. Shepard now chips it off the Ole Miss door. Bunch tries to play it, but it comes into the Tennessee end. Shepard on Talk. Talk still has possession. Battling for it now, 4 guys in the corner. Talk comes away with it. Still loose behind the net as they reconvene. Carter chips it all the way out. This might be an icing. Never mind. Engineering beat the Ole Miss defenseman to the puck as Bunch comes away with it for Tennessee. Bunch fires a shot, blocked. Puck sent out by Ole Miss as Knott plays it into the Tennessee zone. Knott on Paul Hart. Paul Hart takes him off the puck. But Mitzelfield is there. Puck comes free. Barrett over to Carter. Carter chips it around Young as he's taken out, no call. Knott now fires it in to the right of Shaw, and Barrett chips it up for Engineering. Engineering loses possession as Campo comes away with it. Engineering regains possession from Campo. He chips it up and out, and this will go down for an icing with 13:18 left here in the third period. Shot total still remains in Tennessee's favor, 24-22. However, Ole Miss has had a majority of the pressure here this period.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. I think here Tennessee really needs to start stepping up with the overall bringing the puck into the zone. I think I've been preaching it pretty clearly all night. Obviously, I'm not the coach here. But you look at them here in their defensive zone. They're just throwing the puck. They're not coming up with offensive schemes to get out and start a rush. They really need to get a game plan going, especially when they're having so many turnovers.
Blocked there by Bunch, and he gets it out of the zone. Played back by Eldridge to Baker. Baker fires a shot. Glove saved there by Shaw.
Yeah, flash of the glove returns. Oh, sorry for the language you might have heard from the crowd there.
The Tennessee faithful, they love their sports teams.
They do. And like we said, them sticking it out past 1 o'clock. Pouring rain outside, so it'll be fun getting back to the cars.
There's an awning. We'll be okay. Tennessee comes away with the puck. It's Marino as he fires it for Lundy, but glove down by Whitwer. Storner plays it, but it's a hand pass.
For me, it seems also when Tennessee does get in the zone, they're not getting luck with the passes. It seems like they have the mindset of what they want to create. They're trying to paint a picture, but it's just not the right canvas.
They're trying to force passes that don't need to be forced, take unnecessary shots. As the puck comes out now into the neutral zone, Kokoska plays it in the Tennessee end behind Shaw. Dogged there by Zegras, taken off of it by Storner. Magazzini now. Peichel takes him off the puck, and he's tied up along the boards. Storner now. Up to Lindhorst, fires a shot, glove down by Shaw.
You look at number 24 there for Ole Miss. You can see how he's using his body. He's squaring back. He's got his numbers faced to the ice. That way nobody can really come up on him and give him a hit. Using his stick correctly, that's what Tennessee needs to get into now. They need to obviously get the puck out of their own zone, but once they get into Ole Miss's zone, they have to create this new type of atmosphere, which is winning the battles on the boards.
Carline chips it up. Storner plays it down. Kokoska now gets it out of the zone, but Lulk is there to play it. As it gets chipped into the Ole Miss bench with 12:10 left here in the third period. Seems as if every time Tennessee gets some sort of pressure, puck gets deflected out of play. There's a whistle, there's an offsides, there's a hand pass call. Just makes it really messy to get something going.
No consistency, that's for sure. They're going to need their veterans to step up. I mean, obviously Drew King has had 2 goals on the power play, but other guys need to step up. Team needs to start playing as one.
Ogle with the puck. And now King. King takes a hit, but still makes a play as Carline plays it to Ogle. Ogle chips it all the way around where Eldridge is going to play it, dodge a hit from King. Eldridge for a streaking Palau. fires a shot, swallowed up by Shaw with 11:36 left here in this third period. Pretty quiet period outside of that goal by Ole Miss. Not a lot going on.
No, it's kind of been a neutral zone game, in my opinion, or Ole Miss's and Tennessee's zone. But to continue on with this game here, we got 11:33 left. You got to start winning some battles here. Don't have to necessarily take the big hits, because then you're out of your system. You need to get some blocks on defense, gain some momentum, but carry the momentum. Find a way. Do whatever you can, just find a way.
Tolk on it now. Off the glass, glove down by Knott. Knott tied up on the boards by Tolk and Carter. Puck comes out of the zone. Unable to hold it is Milligan over to Young. Young over now for Mitzelfeld. And covered up there by Shaw as Campo puts a late stick in there on Shaw's glove.
Little snow shower too. Kind of odd Tennessee didn't respond there, but they might realize that they are down a goal here with 10:54 left. Don't want to take any type of penalties, possibly go down 2 here in the third.
Magazzini wins the faceoff against Huey as Paul Hart sends it all the way around, held there at the line by Whitworth. Milson on it now, sends it up for Whitworth. Back down for Milson. Wrap shot there, down for Baker. Baker trying to wrap around. Lundy comes away with it. He's got Marino to his left, against the Ole Miss line. Magazzini fires a shot, blocked away there, actually by Lundy. Marino with it now. Marino to Lundy, trying to send it up to Paul Hart, but gets picked off by Milson. Milson to Baker. Baker gains the line. Paul Hart takes it off his stick, but Huey still has a chance for a shot. Blocked there by Barrett. And Magazzini comes away with it, drops it for Barrett, all the way across for Marino. Marino unable to control with a weird bounce off the boards. Lolk with it now for Ole Miss. Back down to Eldridge. Over now for Milson, up to Baker as he chips it in to the near corner. Barrett on it now for Tennessee, wraps it all the way around for Carline, and it's going to get there. As King plays it, no high stick, no icing. Ogle there to play it. Back to King. King thought it was going to be a high stick call. Over to Ogle. Ogle fires a shot, blocker down. Over to Kokoska. Kokoska fires a shot. Nice save there. And a penalty coming up to Kier and Ogle for slashing with 9:22 left here in the third period.
Definitely something you don't want to see with 9:22 left here in the period. Kieran Ogle going to the box. Tennessee's really going to have to find some adversity here to get through this penalty kill. Going back, though, with the 5-on-5, Tennessee seems like every time they rush in, they're just hitting the outside. That's all they know at this point. They got to try something up. Maybe some passes right into the middle of the center of the ice on their entrance. You got to change it up. Get Ole Miss on their toes and thinking.
Well, that's the thing. When they try to cut to the middle, they're taken off of it immediately. Ole Miss has it jammed pretty well.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of keeping that wall up throughout tonight.
Engineering chips it down all the way into the Ole Miss end, where Lindhorst plays it. Lindhorst circles back and chips it up for Baker. Baker now going behind Parent.
Tennessee set up with the 1-2-1 defensive PK here.
Ole Miss gains the line. Baker now with the puck as it's covered up there by Shaw with 8:52 left here in the third period and a minute and a half left on the Kieran Ogle slashing minor.
Well, it seems like throughout the night, Ole Miss has been doing high risk, good reward. You know what I'm saying here? Like we were talking about, they've been building a wall on each blue line, even the red line tonight. It's been quite odd to see, especially because it's been absolutely taking Tennessee's offense and shutting it down throughout the night.
A little extra music there for the first, 10 seconds after that puck drop. Eldridge with the puck over for Pike. Peichel over to Eldridge. Bunch comes away with it. Bunch on Eldridge. Eldridge comes away with it. Never mind, Bunch does. Bunch gets taken out by Eldridge. No call. Doherty now. Up for Zegras. Zegras takes a hit. from Bunch over to Peichel. Peichel to Eldridge. Eldridge sends it up. Big hit there to Doherty. Doherty wanting a call because his stick was tied up in the bench. Don't get hit there in the first place. Break here for Carter. Carter fires shot, scores! On the penalty kill! Adam Carter! Special teams goal number 3 of the night for this Tennessee team. 33 seconds left on the Ogle Minor.
There you go. Tennessee's finding a way to get back in this hockey game. Comes on the PK. What a great look to find Carter streaking down the middle of the ice. Breakaway goal goes 5-0. Gotta love to see it. They're back in it. It wasn't pretty, but they're back in it now.
What a special teams play there by Tennessee, and a special teams breakdown for Ole Miss.
Yeah, and it's good to hear the crowd get back into it. It kind of woke me up a little bit, I'm not going to lie. And now we've got 7:55 here left, and Tennessee in the shot total, 26-25.
Puck now taken by Lindhorst. Chipped out by Paul Hart. This will go down for an icing. Never mind, as Parent plays it. Waved off. 7:35 left here in this third period. 10 seconds left on the Ogle Minor. Some music getting pumped in now. Baker with the puck. Gets all the way to the corner, wraps behind Shaw. Centers it. Milson unable to play. King sends it out for a streaking Ogle. Ogle by himself. Fires. Blockered away by Parent. What a save. 7:15 left here in the third. And a quality chance for Kieran Ogle. Ogle again with the puck, gains the zone. Trying to send it over for King. Nice defensive play there by Lindhorst. Paul Hart chips it back in. Played with the shin guards of Baker. Into the Tennessee end. Now Storner. Storner centers it. Barrett comes away with it. All the way out of the Tennessee end into the neutral zone. Marino dogging Lolk. Lolk bodies Marino, but Ogle comes away with it. Centers it for Marino. Marino fires a shot. Wide of Parent. Ogle takes a hit there from Powell. Puck comes out of the Ole Miss end now. Not. Loses it to Barrett. Eldridge. Offsides. As Knott did not get back to the blue line in time. 6:27 left here in the third period, and we are all tied up.
It seems like life has come back here into the ice, Vols, especially when you get guys like Drew King and Kieran Ogle. Just that chemistry they have. They're very consistent. They played with each other for so long, and they just know the right reads and when to make them. Tennessee now with a little bit of momentum, hopefully. We'll see who gets it done. We got 6:27 left here in the period.
Kokoska now over for Magazzini, trying to chip it for Lundy. Powell comes away with it. DeGenova sends it for Kokoska. DeGenova with it now in the corner. Just ties it up there as Powell on him. Knott now sends it up for Lindhorst. Back down to Knott. Centers it just wide of Shaw. Whitworth takes a hit from Lundy. DeGenova and Kokoska on it now behind Shaw. Lundy up. Lundy now sends it for Magazzini. Magazzini, one man to beat now. Magazzini gets around him. Magazzini saved there by Parent as he gets sent in. As Magazzini gets sent into Parent. Campo with it now. Takes a hit there from Lundy and Hale at the same time. Kokoska sends it up now for King as he gets a piece of it at the red line. No icing. Eldridge now chips it around for Lolk to Peichel. Kieran Ogle leaves it there for Carline. Carline over to Hale. Hale taken off of it by Peichel. Ogle regains possession.
Watch him fly.
Ogle to King. King picks it up on the backhand off the boards. Fires a shot. Blockered away by Parent. Hale on it now. Unable to control. Never mind. Ogle has it. Out of the zone now. Ogle sends it back to Tolk. And Tolk chips it up. King. No ice as Parent comes out to play the puck with the streaking King. Lindhorst now sends it up into the neutral zone. Peichel plays it. Peichel fires a shot. Sticked away there by Paul Hart. Puck along the near boards now. Peichel and Bunch going at it. Huey now takes a hit from Tolk. Huey still has possession. Sends it over for Shepard. Paul Hart on Shepard. Paul Hart sends Shepard into the boards. Huey now on Bunch. Huey and Bunch going at it. Huey sends it to the near side. Carline takes a hit. Gives it to Tolk. Tolk whiffs on the pass. But Paul Hart comes away with it. Up out of the zone. Just enough, though, to make it offsides. Whitwer sends it back in as Paul Hart sends it all the way down trying to get a change. Shaw plays it there for Paul Hart. Paul Hart takes a hit there from Milson. Baker now battling Barrett and Engineering. Bunch coming in to help out. Engineering comes away with it. Young on him. Paul Hart sends it out into the neutral zone where Eldridge plays it. Eldridge up to Baker. Baker chips it off the boards to Young. Young over for Milson. Good stick play there by Engineering. Barrett up for Carter. Carter hooked a little bit, sends it over for Bunch. Bunch chips it back, but Baker plays it in for Paul Hart. Paul Hart now trying to play for Bunch. Sends it just out of his reach as Eldridge sends it back down. Magazzini unable to pick it off. Hit there from Magazzini on Storner. Barrett on it now. 3:12 left in the third period. Unable to get it out. Zegras now. Down to Milson. Up to Storner. Storner fires a shot. Well wide of Shaw. Puck played in front now below the goal line. Fires it high wide as Whitwer comes away with it. Whitwer tries to center it as Carter intercepts. Carter sends it out. Lindhorst plays it. Up to Zegras, down to Storner. Back to Zegras as Paul Hart picks that pass off to Kokoska. Storner now, waiting, now enters the zone. Fires it all the way around as Marino's there to pick it up. Dogged by Young. Storner now dodges a hit from Paul Hart. That would have been a big one. Storner now at the hash marks, cuts in, sends it all the way over. Saved there by Shaw, actually off the post. Centered now as Shaw covers up. And Paul Hart sits Powell down. 2:15 left here in the third period.
Yeah, Tennessee is just kind of getting manhandled in their own zone for the past 2 minutes about.
No penalty to Paul Hart, and that's a good thing to see.
It's a great thing to see because I will say Tennessee's been very chippy with their stick in this period. Lucky to not have some more penalties called on them. But going back, Engineering, freshman, had a really good play up here at the blue line to get it out of the zone, and just really good, consistent play from him tonight.
Play now by Young up to Peichel. DeGenova sends it back into the Ole Miss end as Lalk plays it. Lalk wraps it around for Shepard. Shepard has it taken off of his stick by Ogle. Comes out of the zone. DeGenova over to Kokoska. Kokoska off the boards. No icing. Young plays it for Ole Miss. And sends it up for Doherty. Doherty sends it high, and Shaw is there to cover it up. Kokoska takes out Doherty, and he takes out Shaw and the net. 1:34 left here in the third period.
A little domino effect going on right there.
This is starting to play out like the first South Carolina game last weekend that ended in overtime.
Well, we got 1:34 left, so let's not say anything yet. Tennessee up in the shot department, 31-26.
Face off to the left of Brandon Shaw here. Bunch, Engineering, Carter. Sent around by Lindhorst. Zegras now drops it for Storner. Storner loses his footing, but able to get it around for Lindhorst. DeGenova picks it off. Sends it all the way across and out of the zone. Whitwer now. Pressured there by Engineering. Sent all the way around. Kokoska there to play. Dodges a hit from Powell up to Bunch. Bunch chips it there for DeGenova. DeGenova on a break. DeGenova gets tripped up. No call. Whitwer takes out DeGenova. No penalty call. 1 minute left here in this third period. Puck gets sent up into the circle now. Puck comes free. Bunch able to hold the zone. Carter plays it down to himself with his glove. Lindhorst over to Whitwer. Whitwer up to Storner as Paul Hart comes away with it, loses possession. To Zegras. Zegras centers it. Nobody home. Zegras picks up his own rebound and fires it back around for Palau. Storner now in the corner. Up to Eldridge. Eldridge back down to Storner. Storner taken off of the puck by Pollard. Carline streaking by himself. Nobody with him. Now he's got Ogle. Ogle back to Carline. Carline unable to control. 10 seconds left. Carline now has taken off the stick. Wraps it back around. That'll just about do it for us here in the third period. King on Eldridge. And that'll do it for this third period. We'll take a short break here and get ready for overtime. We will see if Drew King can keep his heroics going in overtime. All 3 OT wins off the stick of Drew King. We'll see you in a couple seconds. Three-on-three hockey here coming up for 5 minutes. King, Ogle, Kokoska, the first line out for Tennessee.
Yeah, King and Ogle, they've got the chemistry. They're definitely the ones that, if you were looking for highlights tonight, those are the two to watch. Kieran Ogle with his drags, his dekes, just so good. And then Drew King just playing smart hockey when needed to. And he's pretty familiar with playing in overtime with 2 overtime goals on the season. 1 in Florida and then 1 last week against South Carolina. Will he continue it? Like you said, we'll find out. It's going to be really interesting to see who's got the legs, though, in this period.
Lindhorst, Storner, Eldridge. 2 defensemen and a forward for Ole Miss. Kokoska with the puck. King making his break. Kokoska over for King. King now cuts to the center. Fires a shot! Blockered away by Parent. Lindhorst having some trouble controlling that puck. Storner now. 4:40 left here in the overtime period. Storner gains the zone. Eldridge in the slot now. Storner still has it, drops it for Eldridge. Lindhorst cutting. Taken out there by Ogle. And Ogle's going to wrap around for King. King taken out from behind by Eldridge. King still down on the ice. Young comes away with it in the corner. Young sends it up for Eldridge. Storner still here. Masked away by Shaw. Centered there. Storner not there.
Tennessee's standing a little bit. They got to start moving their feet if they want to get out of this overtime period with a W.
Kokoska now. Storner. Blocked there by King. Ogle on his horse. He has one man to beat. Ogle sends it wide. Tennessee got the all-important change, and they're going to not set up shop. Young comes away with it. Up now for Zegras. Bunch, Carline, Paul Hart. the new line for Tennessee. Bunch takes Doherty off the puck, but he regains possession. Doherty gains the line. Young going for a change for Ole Miss. 3:25 left here in the overtime period. Doherty now in the Tennessee zone. Sticked away by Carline. Carline has Bunch streaking.
Wait patiently, wait patiently.
Carline's going to take it himself. Carline wraps back around, takes it out of the zone, resets. Not offsides. Paul Hart now chips it into himself. One-on-one, taken out there by Lindhorst. Two guys on it. Paul Hart sends it up where Carline plays it at the blue line. Carl sends it over for Bunch. Bunch in the near side corner. Bunch walks in, takes a hit from Lindhorst, still has possession behind Parent. Bunch, 2:45 left. At the hash marks, drops it for Carline. Carline now in the corner, now behind Parent. Dog there by Doherty. Carline up for Paul Hart, back down to Carline. All the way over for Bunch. Bunch on his backhand, not taking that shot. Over for Carline. Doherty picks it off the stick of Lindhorst. Zegras now at the Ole Miss blue line. Gets around Bunch. Ole Miss with two new players, Peichel and Eldridge. And a high sticking call coming up here to Kieran Ogle. Peichel with the puck. Peichel circles, gets around Paul Hart. Saved there by Shaw. And Bunch will touch it. There's going to be a high sticking call on Ogle. 1:58 left here in the third period. A questionable soft call there by the official after several missed calls already.
I mean, our guys were getting mugged in the corner. No call, no hook call, no holding call, and that little ticky-tacky call here on Tennessee. They got 1:58, so they're going to have to persevere through this one for sure, because obviously when time starts running down, they might be able to pull their goalie if needed, if they're comfortable with it.
Ole Miss calls a timeout here, and we will take a short break. You guys do a great job. Face off to the left of Brandon Shaw. 4-on-3 here for the remainder of overtime. Lindhorst with it now. Top of the zone. Over for Eldridge. Eldridge fires a shot. Blocked by King. Stung by that one. Kokoska, DeGenova, King on the penalty kill. Sent wide as the ref gets in the way. Zegras now. Down for Storner. Up to Lindhorst. Back down to Storner. Lindhorst cuts down to the center, into the slot. Storner fires a shot, and wide. Storner regains possession after that missed shot from Zegras. Storner setting things up. Over to Eldridge now. Eldridge, top of the circle, fires a shot. Sent well wide. Storner regains possession at the hash marks with 1:10 left here in overtime. Storner down to Zegras. Back to Storner. Fires a shot, blocked again. This time by DeGenova. King comes away with it. 50 seconds left. King sends it for DeGenova. DeGenova now by himself. Centers it, nobody home. Ole Miss is going to have a 3-on-2. Storner now. Just inside the zone. Sends it all the way across there for Lindhorst. Storner now. Change coming for Ole Miss. 35 left in this overtime period. Storner centers it. No shot there. Paulhart takes it off the stick of Zegras. And Paulhart unable to clear. Young holds it there. Storner down to Zegras. Zegras at the hash marks. Up for Palau. Over now. Shot, whiff, scores! That'll do it for us here tonight. Ole Miss wins 4-3 in overtime on that power play goal.
Yeah, I mean, deflection right out in front there. No stopping it. But at the end of the day, I mean, this win deserves to go to Ole Miss. They came, showed up to play. Tennessee's really going to have to rethink, go to the video board, start looking at what they did wrong, and come prepared on Sunday. And this will be it for us at Knoxville Civic Coliseum and Auditorium. We will see you Sunday.
2:30 game time. It might actually start on time that day.
I doubt it.